Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee. I'm going to do a couple videos for you guys today. I've been away for 2.5 weeks. I was banned from this channel for 2 weeks for a video that I did about Muslims. And it was my second strike. And they're just made up strikes, man. I'm not going to get into it. It is what it is. But I've had to remove some videos. And I've had to change the way I do things because in this war and in this fight, I'm gonna have to get smarter, and I'm gonna have to get better, and that's just the way it is. And I will do so. I will adjust accordingly. I have a new channel, a backup channel, and I'm gonna create some other channels. I'll put a link in the description box. And Google would not let you, I guess some of you, click on the link because that channel is going to be censored some too. But I'll have some other channels. And some of you have my email. You even have a phone number if you need to reach me. I'm not going to go away. So I'm going to do a couple videos for you today. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you get some benefit from them. I really think that you will. You'll have to forgive me about the audio. I'm still battling audio problems. It's not the microphones. I've spent $400 on microphones. There's a short in the laptop. Anyway, I appreciate it. It's good to be back. I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll have those videos out for you. It's part 1 and 2. They'll probably be out within a half an hour today. Sometime definitely before the evening. God bless you all. Part 2 for you, and I'm sorry if the audio has changed, but I've had to use I'm back to using the MP4 player. It seems that the microphone has gone out again, and it's the computer. There's a short in my laptop, and I'm going to have to buy a new laptop because this is just not working. So the audio will be different than part 1. I'm sorry. You'll have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Alright, move on with the video of the continuation of part 1, and what we need to ask ourselves. 2 of the most dangerous questions you can ask yourselves is who and why. Who would go to all the trouble to, in our lives daily, put so many occult numbers and letters and codes and hoaxes in our news and our movies, music, and I only touched on just a small fragment of it. Who would go to all that trouble? Well, the dragon, whom most of us call the devil, who is a real being, would go to all that trouble. So let's look at why, and then let's go further at how the dragon has waged war on us and how this war will continue, because that's the whole key to understanding. Here you have a dragon who has a crown on his head. This is symbolic for the devil, because he is the king of the bottomless pit, Apollyon. He is eating a child. The child is us. We are the seed of the woman. Let's go further. Here's Bill Maher doing the same thing. Alright, let's move over to the Beatles. I want you to look at John Lennon. There's his one-eyed symbolism, and Paul McCartney, one-eyed symbolism, and I loathe these monsters, all of them, all the enemy of the Almighty Father. I loathe them, as Genesis 3:14 and 15 told me to. Here's the real Lennon. You see the snake, the serpent's tongue, that's what he is. But look at their album cover. Their album cover, they have destroyed a baby doll. Well, that's symbolic of the child, the seed of the woman. That's what this is. This is right in your face, man. Right in your face of what these monsters were created to do, to destroy. Revelation 12:13, and when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman, brought forth the man-child. He persecuted the woman. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And when most of you who have watched my channel know that I've taught that the flood is people, nations, multitudes, and tongues. But most of you always assume that it's Muslims, Africans, it's foreigners. Man, listen to me. There are people right here in our own country that are trying to destroy us. You don't have to go overseas or go to another faith to find people that are trying to destroy you. You can get it right here at home. There are people trying to destroy you. Revelation 12:16, and the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. This is symbolic of the Almighty Father getting involved and helping us, because let me ask you something. If the Almighty Father did not get involved and help us, they would have already, listen, we would be dead right now. You would have no life. They would have already destroyed us. The only reason that they haven't is because of the Almighty Father's mercy and love. Let's move on. 12:17. This is incredibly important. Please pay attention. And the dragon was wroth, angry with the woman. And he went to make war. That's important. He went to make war with the remnant, the remaining of her seed, which is offspring. So the dragon, the devil, he went to make war with the remaining of her, the woman's children, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So the dragon went to make war. When you go to war, people, you destroy, you kill, you annihilate, you try to get rid of. This war is ancient, and this war is real, and most people do not understand how serious it is because most people are asleep. But this is the reality of the world that you live in, man, and your light should be cutting on. How do you go about destroying a people? Well, they didn't have the power to destroy us from the outside in. The Father would not allow them to. So they had to destroy us from the inside out. They started with the church. They started with the faith. They corrupted the faith. They corrupted the church. They took it from this, when it was pure, it was clean, and it was based on truth. They made it about this. $30 million lying satanic cathedrals with people who are utterly confused and live in a perpetual state of stupor. It's based on false teaching, lies, and deceit, of structured, organized religion of false prophets, false teachers, and Jesus Christ warned us that this would happen. Here you have these people worshiping the Pope. We're not supposed to worship graven images. And you see how these people will truly tell you, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. No, you're not. You're a church goer. You're a building goer. The word church in the Bible, folks, comes from the word ecclesia. Ecclesia. It means to be called out, to be separated. That's what it means. Let's move forward here. More modern day churches, more modern day lies, from Joel Osteen to the Pope. How about this girl? She says, I'm a Christian and I love the Quran. You're a churchgoer. You're not a Christian. I hope that you get over whatever has confused you, but only the Father can bring you to the truth. John 6:44, John 6:65. Only the Father can bring you to the truth, sister. You are lost. The Florida outpouring. For $30 a month, you can be a harvester. This is at the bottom. For $80 a month, you can be a kingdom builder. For $500 a month, you can be a Global Fire member. How about that, people? You can be a Global Fire member for $500 a month. For $0 a month, and your love and your obedience, you can be a child of the Almighty Father because Jesus Christ died for you and paid it for you. Let's move forward. So how do you continue to destroy this woman? Even when the child is in the womb, the devil is trying to destroy us. Let me show you how. The word capital. There's a capital everywhere. Cap equals head, because that's what a cap is. It's your head. Ital. It's to tally. I-tally, because you're a head count. The word capital simply means head count, because we are cattle, simply to be numbered to the devil. There's your cap. There's your I-tally, because we are cattle, to capital, to head count. And they give you a social security number, and they move forward. Again, with the destruction of the seed of the Almighty Father. What do? They start when we're in school. This is where it begins, the destruction. This is where it has started in our culture. They started with the preschool, kindergarten on up. First, they have to vaccinate the children. You got to give them some poison. You got to give them good and dosed up on some poison to get them ready so they can get sicker when they get older, so they can be dependent on a corrupt healthcare system. What do you do next? Well, you take Jesus Christ out of school. Here you see the teacher. Here you see the children. They are praying. They're having morning prayer. You would pray to Jesus Christ. And because of this, so many people were blessed. Because, and you people will say, well, what about separation of church and state? I don't give a flying about your church or your separation of church and state, man. Okay, I care about my Father and Jesus Christ. That's it. If you want to be separate, go ahead and be separate. I want to be separate from you too. In fact, I was told to be separate from you. Let's move forward. How do they continue this process of trying to destroy us? Well, they start with school. The children will start to get older, and they'll go to elementary, middle school, high school, and maybe, if you're unfortunate, you will go to college or to university, and you will start to learn lies and falsehood that are in the textbooks. Because the textbooks are written by the serpents, and you will learn how to hate. You will be taught to hate yourself. You will be taught to hate yourself because of the way you look, your skin color, your hair color, your teeth, your eye color, the way you walk, the way you look, the way you talk, because they want to undo what the Almighty Father has done. The Almighty Father says, listen to me, you saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book before one of them came to be. The Father knew you before you came here, but the serpent will want you to think that you're ugly, that there's something unappealing about you, so you want to go change your nose, your ass, your breasts. Everybody wants to be different than how the Almighty Father made them. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. If the Almighty Father made you, you're perfect. You're perfect the way he wants you to be. But the devil doesn't want you to believe that, and he wants you to hate who you are. You can go get yourself some 666 Babylon hair color from L'Oreal. It'll make you feel better. Next, they continue with the music and the movies, which is witchcraft. It puts spells on you. That's what it does to children. Nobody, man, if you're still watching TV, you shouldn't be. But I can't make you do anything. Some people need to be entertained. They do. This entertainment then or later will lead to drugs, alcohol, because there's a hole in you. And you have to fill that hole. You have to fill that void. And you will turn to drugs and alcohol. Our children especially. Youngsters, man. 10, 11, 12 years old, hooked on dope. Then, of course, to top it off, you got to smoke a cigarette, right? Now, I'm not judging you for any of these things because I've done everything in those pictures. I've done far more than that. Things that I'm not going to get into, so I'm not judging you, but I don't do it now. So I'm not being a hypocrite by telling you that I would never do it now, and I haven't done it for a long time. But to top it off, you got to smoke a cigarette. You got to smoke the pyramid. You understand? You got to smoke the pyramid. And then when people like me come along and tell you the truth, they'll tell me I'm a terrorist. You're no good. You're a hater. You're evil. You're a dissenter. And they'll want to censor me. And someone will speak up and say, well, but you have rights. Listen, they have taken away our rights. I'm tired of hearing of people talk about the Constitution and law and rights. The only law that we have, the only rights that we have, the only means that we have come from the Almighty Father because he takes mercy upon us. The serpent is in control of this country. And if you start telling too much truth, they'll want to kill you. You see, many people have had to go to prison. They've had to go to mental institutions. They've lost their jobs. They've lost their money and they've been killed because they tell the truth and they know too much truth. But fortunately, my life is not in the hands of the devil. My life is in the hands of Jesus Christ. Praise the Father in the name of his beautiful Son. That's who my life is in. So I'm going to keep telling the truth. And I've already made this clear to the devil. He knows, and his children know where I stand in this war. I'm not backing down. It ain't going to happen. Father didn't put me here to back down. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, how else do you destroy people? Well, when the children get a little bit older, 18, 19, 20, you take the ones who maybe are at the bottom of the poverty scale, and you send them to foreign lands to fight wars for serpents. You send them over to foreign countries to be killed and to kill other people for no reason so bankers can get rich. You see, the devil has stolen all of your gold. He has put you in debt, and now he sends you over to foreign countries to fight for bankers. So bankers can get rich and you can get poor, and you can watch your loved ones be killed. And you can do it in the name of patriotism. And the people will applaud. They will applaud because they're lost. And the devil is so kind to you that for cheering for him, he'll tell you, look, I'm going to give you a piece of plastic. And I'm going to put my mark on it, a credit card. Get it? Credit card CC 33. And I will let you have this. And you have to live by it. You have to live by it. It's another means for me to steal from you, but you have to play in the system to have anything. But I'm going to continue to plunder. Oh, man, I tell you. So we start to become more and more dependent on the beast system. We suck the oil from the blood of this earth. We suck it up out of the ground, and people believe that it's fossil fuels. People actually believe this nonsense and bullshit that with it's fossil fuels. It's the blood of the earth. We suck it up out of the ground, and it makes the serpents richer while we get poor, and we become more and more dependent on the evil of this earth. And you say, well, no, but we need it. No, we don't. We survived before we had such things as oil and gas. The only luxury that we needed was the Almighty Father. Don't you get it? That's all you needed. Then society goes along, and things are okay, and then slowly the jobs start to go to other countries, China, Mexico, Pakistan. Go through your house now, I challenge you. Pick up 20 objects. 15 of those objects will be made in another country. Why do you think that is? Because they're trying to destroy this country. And when the American worker, when the people start to speak up and say, I've had enough, I can't take any more, I want my job back, what will the devil do? He will whip out the problem, reaction, solution paradigm. He'll create a problem, which is a lie, and he will convince you to let him fix it. Now the monsters have created a problem to distract you, and they're going to make you pay for it. Now in return, think 9/11, you may have to lose not only your money, but you will have to give up some of your rights. And now you forgot about your job because you're thinking, oh, I'm just glad to be safe. Thank you for protecting me. This is what they do. But some of us are hip to that. So we start saying, some of the people do, well, wait a minute, let's vote in a new leader. If you're still buying into the bullshit that there are such things as elections, you're asleep at the wheel, man. You're going to crash. There's not elections, there's only selections. The serpent decides who are the leaders of countries. There's no such thing as elections. There's no such thing. Look at this young sister holding up a sign. Putin, Le Pen, Trump. How do you think this makes the Almighty Father feel? That this is what people have become. You see, Israel always wanted to be like other people. I'm talking about to the children of Israel. You know who you are. You always wanted to be like other people throughout the Old Testament. You wanted to be like other people. The Father told you, no, don't do it. You said, but we want a king. We want to be like other people. The Father said, don't do it. I am your king. The people insisted. Well, ever since you wanted a king, you've had to pay for it because your ass has been ruled over since then. You didn't have to be ruled over, but you wanted to be ruled over because you wanted to be like other people. Well, you got your wish. Whether it be Trump, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama, it does not matter, you see. There's Trump giving his eye of Apollyon. Trump, they're all the same, man. Clinton with the pyramid, she's a witch, man, giving the pyramid the diamond. Trump with the pyramid, the diamond, they're all the same. The devil horns, these are all the same creatures, man. They're related. They're of a corrupt seed, a corrupt DNA. Don't you get it? Here's Obama's wife. Here's another serpent, Kerry. These are not people that are going to look out for you. Don't you understand? Let's go forward. Well, how else can they destroy us? Well, they can use the ever faithful ploy of divide and conquer. They can divide the people and have them fighting amongst one another so they can kill one another. That always seems to work well. They have raised up a people in this country, a lawless people, a evil people, and we call them left, right, whatever. They're a godless people, and they have been raised up to fight among us, against us. And this is why I'm telling you, it's not always foreigners. You need to quit thinking that it is. If this doesn't work, they'll just make brute force. You see, the law of the Almighty Father was not enough, so now we have a police state. And God forbid if you start thinking. They don't want you to think. You can't think for yourself. So since you can't think for yourself and you're an adult, now it's time to give you a vaccination. You need your flu shot. You need a couple other, a pneumonia vaccine. You need some more vaccines so we can keep you sick. And by the way, they'll poison your food, the crops, the land, the earth, the water, the food, the seeds, and they want you to eat their poison. Their poison, chemically laced food. They want to keep you sick. And when they're poisoning the air, and when they're poisoning the water, and putting fluoride in it, and putting sewage, yes, many people walk around drinking sewage water, and actually don't know the difference that they're drinking shit water. And the devil has put it in a plastic bottle, put Rocky Mountain and put some ice cubes on it, and he thinks it's actually good water. Because the reason he does this is because inside he's dirty. And he doesn't know the difference anymore between clean and dirty. So then you get sick and you have to run to the doctor. You can't pray because your prayers don't get heard. So you have to run to the doctor. You have to run to the doctor and you got to give him some money because you know nothing's for free. But the doctor can't help you with that problem. He can't help you. But If you run back and tell him, I know, but I just can't take it mentally, emotionally, well, he's got a pill for that. That's why the United States consumes 60% of the world's psychiatric drugs. You see, we are a medicated and fluoridated country, man. We are simply, we have been turned into zombies. If that's not enough, they want to corrupt our DNA. Well, they're trying to corrupt our DNA, but they've also started something else that nobody talks about it. Because if they do, they're going to tell you a lie about it, because that's what happens on YouTube, social media. The devil will give us the truth, and then he will send out his workers to tell you 100 different lies about it, CERN being one of them. They have synthetic DNA now. You understand what this means? The technology has been in place that they are creating artificial people. I have no doubt that you see some of them on TV. You walk among them, you live among them. I've seen them. They look like plastic. This is the truth, and the people will applaud. The people will go along. If that's not enough, you can sell yourself to the corporate. You can sell yourself to the corporate whore. You sacrifice yourself to the corporate whore every day. You sacrifice your children to the corporate whore every single day. People will wait 2, 3, 4 days in cold weather to save $30 or $40 on a phone, a laptop, iPod, and they will even go so far as to trample one another to death, fight one another. Look at those boys down at the bottom. People have been shot trying to save $30 on a video game. This is where we really are, people. Silicon Valley will keep the toys coming, because just like we need to depend on oil and gas, Silicon Valley wants you to depend on the latest trinket, the latest toy, and they'll keep them coming. They'll keep all the little trinkets coming, all the little toys coming, but with an extra. Your little toys and trinkets are going to spy on you. They're going to watch you. They're going to monitor you. And they're also going to kill you, you see. They're going to put out enough shit in the air to kill you, to make you sick, to harm you, to give you cancer. This is the reality of the world that we are living in. But look, hey, don't pay attention to it, because it's time for the ball game. And what's more important, your life or finding out if your favorite team wins the game? Something that has no meaning or no bearing on your life or your soul. Absolutely nothing. But make sure that you stay tuned. People are going to continue to sit in front of the TV like zombies. Social media, alternative media, left media, right media, center media, downward media, it's all the same. It all comes from the devil. Every single last bit of it comes from the devil. Meant to control your mind and your emotions through lies and confusion 24/7. And the devil's slick. He'll send you an Alex Jones. There you see Alex Jones with slits in his eyes. He'll send you some of his serpents and tell you, I'm here for you. We got to find, it's about the globalist. We got to get the globalist, man. We got to find them. And all you got to do is pull the mask off of these no good mother, and you will see they are the monsters. They work right for the monsters. And if that's not enough, man, the devil's going to tell you, don't listen. What it's all about, the devil's going to tell you, is aliens. You see, it's going to come down to extraterrestrial life. Read this little article here. Let's take a look at it. Founder of aerospace giant, the Bigelow Corporation, confirms there's a CC. Extraterrestrials are visiting Earth. Really? Nobody's getting out of this dome, baby. We live in a dome. I've been wanting to tell you this for so long. Ain't nobody going no place. Nobody. And you can say, nah, I don't believe that, boy. I don't care what you believe. I know what most of you believe. Bullshit. Because you don't have a relationship with the Almighty Father. That's why you believe lies. Look at the NASA logo. They call it a vector. It's a snake's tongue, man. Then the ring. They call it the ring around Saturn. Really? Looks more like a snake to me, man. You see, you believe these lies people do about space and all this shit because they don't have a relationship, a real relationship with the Father, and He has not set them free. So the masses will go along. The only way to break free is through Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and earth. Not a little bit of power, not some power, but all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. All power. Now, this is who I tell every day, I love you. I get on my knees, I love you. I'll serve you. I'll fight for you. I'll die for you. I'll do whatever you want. My King has what? All power. They have corrupted the Bible. Since about 1890, there's been 250 versions of the Bible. For almost 300 years, our people used the same Bible. Why so many Bibles now? To destroy the woman, to destroy Jacob, the war on Jacob's people, to destroy the family. That's what this is all about. To destroy the family, to destroy the family unit, to destroy the seed of Jacob. The people that love Jesus Christ, the people that keep his commandments, those people, wherever they are on this earth. You as a person have to decide, do you want to be a puppet of the devil, or do you want to be a child of the Almighty Father? Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Notice Jesus didn't say there was any other way. No other way. And I know the world's going to tell you there's lots of other ways. No, there's only one. His name is Jesus Christ. That's it. You're going to be laughed. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be scoffed for loving Jesus Christ. You're going to even be hated. But it'll be all right. You will endure and you will make it. And if you can endure, the suffering now is nothing compared to the glory that the Father will reveal in us later. We are conquerors, baby. We are something special. No matter how much the devil wants us to believe that we're nothing, why do you think that why do you think he hates us so much? Because he knows who we are. He knows we are the children of the woman. We are the children of the Almighty God, the one true Creator. Your Father loves humility. James 4:6, James 4:7, you can go back and read these verses. It's about being humble. Humble yourself before your Father. Your Father loves humility. Humility. Tear down your house, people. We all have to do it every day. You got to keep tearing it down and building on. Tearing down, building on, tearing down, and building on. It's a process. And when you get your house built strong enough on stone, you will be able to endure the lies and the deceit that will come. You will be able to be prepared for the storm that is coming on this earth, because it is coming, and you will stand strong. If you got to walk the desert, if you got to swim the ocean, if you got to climb the highest mountain, if you got to walk on it, above it, around it to get to Jesus Christ, do it. However you got to get there to Jesus Christ. In closing, I want to read something to you. Romans 8:38, nothing can ever separate you from your Father's love. Nothing. Once you have that bond with your Father through Jesus Christ, nothing will break it. It won't go away. I'm not saying that you won't go through hard times. I'm not saying that you won't be tried, because you will. But nothing will break that bond. Romans 8:38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Elohim, which is in the Messiah, Yeshua, our Master Jesus Christ. I am living proof, people. I know for a fact that the Almighty Father will sometimes break you, humble you, and hurt you badly before he brings you to the truth and his love. I am living proof, because he broke me into pieces. He took a big, strong man and broke him into pieces. Then he picked me up and he put me back together again. And he did it while he held me. Love your Father and love your King. In Jesus' name, God bless you all.